Thank you, Rubinder Sajdev, for joining me and sharing your views. I'm going to shift my focus to the other big development. The Israeli strikes over Sanaa and Al-Jawf provinces of Yemen have led to the death of 35 people, and there are more than 130 people that are injured. The Israeli military stated that the strikes were carried out in response to the attacks led by the Houthis, during which unmanned aerial vehicles and surface-to-surface missiles were launched towards the Israeli territory, and Israeli airports were also targeted. After the attacks on Sanaa, the Israeli army reported intercepting missiles fired from Yemen. This attack is the latest in addition to the series of strikes and counter-strikes between Israel and Houthis as part of the Gaza war spillover. Earlier, Israel had attacked the Yemeni capital last month, targeting a senior Houthi leader. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu made a statement where he informed the people about Israel's strike on Houthi facilities, bases and other sites. Listen into what he said.
לפני ימים אחדים חיסלנו את רוב חברי ממשלת הטרור של החות'ים. בתגובה החות'ים ירו לפני יומיים על שדה תעופה רמון. זה לא ריפא את ידינו. אנחנו הכינו בהם היום, מן האוויר שוב, במתקני הטרור שלהם, בבסיסי טרור, עם הרבה מאוד טרוריסטים וגם עם מתקנים אחרים. אנחנו נמשיך ונכה. כל מי שמכה בנו, כל מי שתוקף אותנו, אנחנו נגיע אליו.
Ali Mohammed Abush Bak on the telecast with me. Ali Mohammed, again, strikes on two nations in a span of 24 hours is what has happened. There have been 35 deaths that have been reported in Yemen on strikes that Israeli justifies as a counterattack after the Houthis struck a number of areas in Israel, including the airports in Israel. Now, there has been a spillover, clearly. The war against Hamas in Gaza has spilled over first to Hezbollah in Lebanon, then to Qatar, where the strike happened the day before yesterday. And now Houthis have once again been struck. Do you think the peace process is going to face a severe setback because of these latest developments?
Thank you, Omega, for having me. It's worth mentioning that this is an Israeli airstrike number 17 since Israel started targeting Yemen in July 2024 after the supporting Gaza. Also, Houthi, it's one of the partner and one of the a significant affiliation in the resistance axis that is Iran backed this militia in the Middle East, and they have a term about unification of the arena. So that all of these they are in one union and they are supporting each other, like what happened with Gaza and Houthi Yemeni. They are supporting the civilians in Gaza. So these things make it the situation on the ground, especially in Middle East, volatile, and the situation it's increased incredibly. So it's like a snowball. So that's make it the situation more incredible. Also, most of the Israeli targeting in Yemen, it's about medical facilities and fuel storage and etc. things, and also the power station, etc. So that's making the situation more incredible. Yemen Houthi, since 2016 up to date, they are in conflict. One time with Saudi Arabia, and after that, America joined in this conflict to diminish the ability and the militant ability for Houthi, and also now with Israel. But it seems that the Houthi Yemeni still has a power, it still exists on the ground. Most of the casualties from civilians, and according to news report, most of the Israelis targeting a civilians infrastructure, and the ability of Houthi is still growing. And we have seen and witnessed last time when the air drone that from Yemen launched toward Israel. Right. Also, it's creating the situation more difficult to reach or to to reach for peace and for at least a truce or a ceasefire in the region. Since Israel is still targeting here and there in Middle East, that will make the Middle East burning again and in the brink of explosion at any time. As I mentioned, also it's not only the targeting. The day before yesterday, it was not only in Qatar and Yemen. Also, Israeli airstrike carried out a campaign in Syria, in Iraq, and there is a claim and there is there is a claims about the flotilla Sumud in Tunisia.
Yeah.
So that's make it Israel. It's Benjamin Netanyahu. He want to involve Israel with a comprehensive and war or conflict in the area. That's only Israeli community understand this for his purpose, for his own purpose, and for his personal purpose. Israel has no aims in Yemen, especially. Okay, there is Israel. This is a retaliation, but Israel has no intelligence service in Yemen, has no information about Houthi. As I mentioned, since 2016 up to date, Houthi Yemeni under attack, and they are fighting, but its power, it's still not diminished, and they have a still power, and
Okay.
their power is not
Yes.
degraded.
Okay, all
So
right. Ali Mohammed Abushbak, thank you very much for joining me and sharing your views on this developing story.